Hello everyone, and welcome to Trackcast episode 4. I'm your host, Rich Hanson, and today I have a very special guest with us, longtime pro staff member for Track, Mitch Beasley.
Yep.
Mitch has been on Track staff for, you said, 21 years, right?
21 years.
A long time. Mitch, you won your national title with Track throwing a Cyborg Pearl. That's right. I was there. It was an awesome moment. I was glad to be there to experience it. You recently were crowned also a USBC singles champion out in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yep.
And with the Track
Tactix.
That's another great ball for you. That's a solid, very good benchmark type ball for you.
Yes, one of my favorites.
Yeah. It's one you can use in a lot of conditions. Really blends the pattern out well. It's still asymmetric, so it has a little bit of kick to it. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to have you go on the lanes, and we're going to have you throw the Tactix Hybrid that was just released and compare it to that exact same ball you won nationals with to show the fans at home what that ball is going to do for you.
Well, sounds good. Let's go throw it.
All right. We designed that Tactix Hybrid to be really the perfect complement to that Tactix. What are you seeing out of it, and what do you feel like that's ball is going to fit into your bag when you go out and bowl tournaments?
Well, the one thing that I really love about the original Tactix is that it's very strong in the mid lane and very continuous, very smooth, blends out the lane conditions, and lets me know what balls I need to change to. The great thing I love about the Tactix Hybrid is it's cleaner in the front part of the lane, still has great mid lane, looks more responsive to the dry, and gives me a little bit more angle down lane. So when the Tactix becomes a little bit too early and a little bit too soft down lane, the Tactix Hybrid is a perfect ball to go.
Yeah, so they both feature the exact same Starship core design inside, and they both feature that QR9 cover stock. The solid being on the blue one, the hybrid being on the new Tactix Hybrid, being polished. I mean, it's going to give you exactly what you're describing. Cleaner through the front, a little more pop down lane, but still that predictable ball motion that the original Tactix that offered, right?
Yep. It still has that great mid lane so that I know what the ball is going to do every time. It doesn't surprise me. And then it's more responsive, gives me more entry angle when the Tactix is just not getting around the corner properly.
Yeah, and now when you throw that blue Tactix, the window for that ball is really good for the fresh. When the lanes start to break down, the oil transitions, the heads break down, you see some carry down, that's when you think you're going to be using that Tactix Hybrid the most?
Yeah, I mean, the Tactix for me is normally that great 1-2 game 3 ball when I'm doing a 7 or 8 game block. And then when it starts to get to when I have to start migrating left and open up the angles, you can kind of leave some flat 10s because you're losing entry angle as you open up the angle. And then because the Tactix is cleaner, the hybrid, and then it comes around the corner harder, then that's going to be the perfect ball to go to.
Yeah, and it's really easy to transition into it because being the same core, being the same cover, just that hybrid pearl version, or hybrid polish version, you see that extra down lane motion.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, perfect. All right, Mitch, we just got done watching you throw the Tactix versus the Tactix Hybrid, and man, does this ball have so much more giddy up down lane on the back end. I can see how it's cleaner and it has better energy for the back end.
You can see when I'm throwing the Tactix, the solid one, that it's very smooth and continuous. And then when I switch to the hybrid, you can see that I actually have to move left and open up my angles because this is more responsive to the friction. So when I moved left, open up the angles, it came around the corner where the solid wouldn't.
Right. Perfect. Now, looking at these two layouts, they're exactly the same, and that's really crucial when we're doing a comparison video. We want to show you the exact same layout so we can see good, positive comparison. I noticed the pin is high on both, the mass bias is in the thumb. What is this layout, and what does that typically give you on the lanes?
Well, this layout is a 60 by 5 by 25. And this is typically a layout I use on a mid-length pattern, something in that 39 to 41 foot range, to give me a little extra length in the mid lane and a little extra entry angle down lane when I have to get in and open up the angle.
Right, tall pin to give you a little bit more pop down the lane.
Yep.
Perfect.